new people. Some of you guys are from Actman.
Also, I got a new editor, Foxy Grandpa, and he's gonna have some good highlights to work with on the stream, dude.
And I appreciate you guys subscribing. I am his editor, so you know it's pretty cool to have some of you guys come over here and check out the content. If you guys do like the content over here, make sure to subscribe and all that stuff. So I don't have a script for this, so I'm just gonna go on a rant. Not a rant, but I'm just gonna go on a talk about my feelings towards Halo Infinite and all that stuff. So Halo Infinite multiplayer is really fun. It's been a whole week since the Halo Infinite flight test came out, and we were able to play it all last weekend. Big shout out to Hidden Xperia, Ubernick, Chris Raygun, Actman, Connor Eats Pants, and I think that's who I played with. Oh, and Noah J. And if you guys would like to see some of that, I can throw together some stream highlights. Oh, there was a ton of funny moments, especially with Actman and Xperia and Ubernick. We had a lot of fun.
Dude, if they don't do a Jonathan AI, I swear to God.
They have to.
I'd love to be a black box.
What are the lore implications of that though, Luke?
I could explain. If you want me to, I can explain.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, Spark survived, so there's a chance that like they could have maybe recovered part of Jonathan's body, got his brain like into an AI matrix, or like extracted his brain enough to get an AI matrix from it, like Horsey. And made like a dumb AI from it, because I mean, he was in that. His body would have probably been destroyed by that room collapsing.
Oh, yeah.
But maybe there's like enough brain left to be like to at least make a dumb AI, because that's all the person AIs so far in this are all dumb AIs. I'm assuming because smart AIs would join the creative, so dumb AIs have got to be used.
You know, Xperia,
like,
I have a much better, simpler explanation.
It's cool.
Much better.
Yeah. So Johnson shows up, and Master Chief's like, "So Johnson, when you gonna tell me how you made it off the ark in one piece?"
Perfect.
Classified.
And big shout out to them for letting me like tag along and play with them and all that good stuff. So before I say anything, this video is pretty much going to be my thoughts on the whole flight test and how I experienced it and the problems that I saw within this flight. I know a lot of people experienced a lot of different things, and I experienced a lot of the same things as other people, but I want to just kind of talk about what I think of the build, and hopefully we see some improvements in multiple areas. I guess I'll start with the stuff I really liked. I really liked the sound design of this game. A lot of people will say that some of the weapons sound very generic. That's me. I'm one of those people. The sound design for this game is, so far, it's pretty good. There's a couple of things where I'm just kind of like, Pretty much all the Covenant weapons, except for the plasma pistol charge, all those weapons sound pretty generic. I don't really know how to describe it. And I felt the same way in Halo 4 and Halo 5. I think that the Needler sound is almost there. If they add some of that classic Needler sound, it'll be better. The plasma pistol charge is just, it's nut-worthy, honestly. Other than that, I didn't really have a problem with the sound design. The Bulldog was okay. It sounded pretty generic, in my opinion. Same with the Sidekick, but they're not terrible. I think that the Sidekick sound is fine. I honestly don't really mind it. I think the color palette for the maps and the whole scenery and setting of the maps feels Halo. I do feel like this game takes place in the same universe as the Bungie Halo games. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, the Halo 4 and 5 are technically like, okay, listen, bro. I think all of us can kind of agree that when you go from Halo Reach or Halo 3 to 4, it just doesn't feel like it's in the same universe. But with this game, if I went and played Halo 3 and then I went and played this game, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is like, it's literally within the same universe. I don't think the maps are insanely good. I think that they're pretty decent. They're not bad by any means. They're just very, I guess they're very basic and straight to the point. And I'm not saying that's bad, because we've had maps in the past like Midship, which are very, very basic, but are just god tier iconic maps. Like, you know, it's just, and that's not me saying that these three maps are up to scale with Midship, because they're not. You guys know what I mean. They're very basic. I saw a lot of people saying that they were very similar to COD maps, especially Bazaar. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. If the people that are saying that, they don't play COD. They don't play Call of Duty. They don't play like COD maps at all. And they don't feel like Call of Duty maps. And the game doesn't look like a Call of Duty game. It's very weird. I really like the sandbox and the equipment. I really love the grapple hook. It took me a little bit of time to get used to it. Like, I was trying to find different areas of where I could grapple hook and kind of fly through the air and things like that. It seems like I'm gonna have to figure that out myself. I kind of wish that the grapple hook had no limits, where you could pretty much like grapple onto anything at any time and be able to fly anywhere. I feel like that maybe that's still in the works. I like that some of these things have like a cooldown, and I don't really mind them. I'm very curious about how the thruster pack is going to work. I'm gonna be honest, I'm really not a fan of them putting a thruster pack in this game, even if it is equipment. But I won't say I dislike it in the game until I actually play. So that's it for me personally. I just don't want someone thrust jumping, or like, I'm not thrust jumping, but like thrusting across the map. Sprinting, I think the sprinting is perfectly balanced there. To be honest, if there was going to be sprint in a Halo game, this is how you should do it, and I really hope they don't change it, at least for the maps that we played. Maybe in big team it might feel a little bit different, but at the same time I still feel like it shouldn't be increased any more than 3 or 4%. I guess going back to the Covenant weapons, I don't think that the Covenant weapons or the plasma weapons should have a headshot multiplier. I feel like the plasma weapons, like the plasma rifle or whatever, or the pulse carbine, I think it is, whatever it's called, the pulse carbine, the plasma repeater, the pulse repeater, I don't know what it is. No, it's the pulse carbine. I know they shouldn't be completely insane to the point where I'm cross-mapping people with a plasma pistol. Hidden Xperia actually has a very good clip of him showing how OP it was, and I'm pretty sure that this is broken. Like, I'm pretty sure that this was one of those things that is not in the final build, or that's not in the build that they're playing right now. I'm pretty sure they know about this because it's really never been a part of Halo Sandbox, and it would completely mess up the sandbox if that was the case. I think that the I guess the it's not a Promethean weapon, but I literally cannot remember what it's called. But we all know what I'm talking about, don't we? We all know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna have to look this up. Hold on. The Heat Wave. I really like the Heat Wave. I think that's a very cool weapon. I really like how there's 2 different firing options. I think that's really, really cool. And I really like how I think it's called the Ravager. Okay, so before I get into the weapons, I am very bad with names. Bear with me, I'm sorry. You know, I could probably name almost all the weapons in Halo 3, but when it comes to new names, even people, especially people actually. Okay, so the Ravager. I really like how the Ravager has either a burst option, or you can charge it up and then shoot it, and then it has a bunch of flames go all over the ground. I mean, like, I don't really know what to call it. That's a dynamic weapon, especially when you're playing, say, Capture the Flag, and you shoot the Ravager down, and well, the opponent can't go the way that you shot the Ravager, so they have to go a different way. You know, stuff like that. So that's really cool. The skewer's up.
I got like Captain Texas. The skewer's up.
The skewer and the sniper, you need some type of skill. I'm trying to think of like what else I really liked about this game. I thought that the balance in the sandbox was really fun, and it was really good. And similar to how I think sprint is perfectly implemented into this game, I think that aim down sight, or ADS, is also perfectly implemented in this game. It's way better than Halo 5, and it just makes sense. I don't think that the AR should have headshot multiplier. That's one of those things. I just think that the burst or the single shot weapons should have that. But I don't think the fully automatic weapons should. The battle pass and stuff like that, it seemed cool. I like the colors for the coatings. I don't like that the coatings are going to be locked behind a paywall. I don't agree with that, but they got to make money somehow. It's a free-to-play multiplayer, so that's just how it's gonna go. What else is there about this game that I like? I like the customization. I feel like that's something that is very self-explanatory. I really like the new medals like Nightmare and Demon and stuff like that. That's really, really cool. I really like how much you can customize your settings and things like that. They need to do it for the UI as well, but I'll get into that a little bit later. I guess the last positive would be the music. The music is fantastic. There were hints of like Halo 4 and Halo 5. It was mainly classic stuff, and I really, really like that. So I guess I'll just move into the things I don't like. I don't want to make this very long. I've already been going on for like 20 minutes. I noticed a couple things that I didn't like right off the bat before I even played the game, but I gave it a chance, and I said, okay, I don't really like that, but I'll play it and I'll see how it is. I still feel the same. So number one is I feel like there's so many people talking in my ear. I feel like there will be a setting that'll let you customize who can talk in the game. So for example, between everyone in the game, when you're playing an arena match or multiplayer in Halo Infinite, there are multiple people talking. You have Jeff Steitzer, who does the annual double kill. Your AI, which, you know, Butler was the funniest one.
Active camo inbound.
And then on top of that, you have the battle chatter.
Spartan down.
But my solution to this would pretty much be allow me to turn off the AI. The AI says some really stupid stuff. And whenever you want to turn off the game chatter, or I guess the announcer, it turns off Jeff Steitzer as well. I want to be able to turn off my AI without turning off Jeff Steitzer. I still want to hear double kill, triple kill, but you don't have to announce that I got the battle rifle. Personally, I'm not a fan of the battle chatter. I think it's really funny, you know, did some damage, you know, stuff like that. Like it's funny. The main menu UI is okay. It's all right. It could be way better. I really don't like the horizontal aspect of the UI, especially when we're customizing our Spartan. My solution to this would be using a vertical UI, kind of similar to Halo Reach, but I actually found this on Twitter, and I'm going to post a screenshot real quick, where it pretty much gave us a vertical UI for coatings. And this is how it should be for customizing our Spartan when it comes to coatings, helmets. Just customization in general should look just like this, in my opinion, or something very, very similar. Another thing they need to fix, the fucking party system, okay? The party system is really bad right now. Me, Xperia, Ubernick, and Agman, and whoever else was playing with us this past weekend, we were struggling to keep in a 4-man party and to stay in a 4-man party. When you go to invite somebody or like add somebody as a friend or something like that, it's through Discord and Steam instead of Xbox Live and Steam. That doesn't doesn't make sense to me. Maybe if someone can explain that to me in the comments, I just don't really know. There were plenty of times where we would all load into the game at the same time, and then in the middle of the animation, one Spartan would just die and fall to the floor.
Oh shit! What just happened?
Xperia just died.
Okay, so the HUD isn't terrible. It's not bad, but it's not good. Pone Jones, so at PWN_Jones, he made some stuff for Hidden Xperia. He pretty much showed off what the HUD could be like. This is how the HUD should be, in my opinion. It's not cluttered. There's something in each spot, and that's really great. I like that a lot. It's very classic. I don't understand why they decided to change the HUD. The HUD has never really been a problem in Halo, in my opinion. And as you guys can see on here, we see the kill medals. And this is one of the things that I really didn't like either when I first watched the flight test. And this is before I played it. The kill medals in this game are not like the kill medals that I'm used to. Obviously, I played Halo 4 and I played Halo 5 and things like that. And those kill medals are okay, but they're not like the classic kill medals. In my opinion, they should go back to the retro style of kill medals as far as like their appearance goes. I don't really mind them adding the new ones, like I think one of them was Demon and Nightmare or something like that. Like those are really cool. I like them. But Pone Jones also made up some new but yet old designs for the kill medals. I'll put those on the screen as well. These are very, very cool. When I saw this, I was like, dude, that's such a throwback to Halo 3 and Halo Reach. And that's exactly how the medals should look in these newer Halo games from 343, in my opinion. They're just super clean, man. Like, you just can't go wrong with them. Let's look at this screenshot from when I was playing the Infinite Flight. And I'm going to show you guys how much is in the middle of this screen. Okay, so I got a double kill. What do we see in the middle of this screen? All at once, we see the double kill medals, the double kill words, the reversal medal and word, the game telling me who I just killed, my individual player score, which is the 100, subtitles if you have them on, the reload button or key, depending on if you're playing keyboard and mouse or controller, the match score that's also below the announcer, the indicator that lets me know where I'm being shot from, and my reticle for my gun. All of that is in the middle of the screen. I know the red arrows might make it seem like it's a lot more than what it really is. If they're gonna do a tier type of system for the medals, then maybe have like a glow behind it or something like that. Or it could have like a green outline or a blue outline, but also continue to have that classic design that the medals had in the Halo 3, Halo 2 days, or Halo 2, Halo 3, or like the Bungie games. They're colorful, man. They're vibrant. They stick out, and it just adds to the game. It just adds more life to the game, in my opinion. It's very, very small, I know, and I saw a lot of people saying, oh, I don't really care about that. But for me, I'm very aesthetic, and I nitpick a little bit, so, you know, it's not that big of a deal, I guess, but I would really like it if they kind of went that classic route with the way that they look. Them being in the middle of my screen and all that stuff is still bothersome to me, and I do not like it. Please take it out. Put it on the left-hand side, please. Thank you. I might make a future video on this, but here are my thoughts on this so far. I don't really like the whole outline system. Outlines should probably be for your teammates and not your opponents. There were a lot of times where I didn't know someone was low on health, and I couldn't even tell because of the outline. I think it's very cool that they allow you to customize what colors they are. That's a very cool feature. Like I've said before, the options that you have to customize your stuff in this game is awesome. However, I think that there should be a toggle option for red versus blue or the outline system, or I just hope that they improve on the outline system to get all together. I don't think that's going to happen though. The whole outline system, there were a little bit of bugs or a couple bugs with that. Sometimes the outline wouldn't even appear. I just don't like how I can't tell someone has overshield on. I could never really tell when someone was weak either. I didn't like that. I'm sure that's in the final build of the game and the build that they're working on now. And like I said before, I know that this build was like 2 months old, so PvP was fun too. I had a lot of fun playing PvP. It was very sweaty, but it was very, very fun as well. Once the casuals get in there, I think it'll be a really good balance and things like that. So I guess that's all I really got to say. I went on way too long, in my opinion. I'm gonna have to cut some of this down. Yeah, it was very fun. I can't wait to play. The day that it goes live, I'll probably be live on Twitch with some MCC at Foxy Dubz. So if you guys want to go follow me over there, you guys can. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you guys watched the whole thing, if you guys didn't, that's fine. Let me know what you guys think about Halo Infinite so far down the comments. I'm very curious to hear what everyone thinks. If you guys agree with me, if you guys do not agree with me, it's perfectly fine. Thanks so much for watching. Once again, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.